Financials. And hold on one moment there. There we go. Had to remove that off the screen. And so I have about 28 years worth of experience in the financial industry as a wealth manager. About 2 years ago, I decided to pump the brakes a little bit and work with lovely librarians like Mimi, and instead of demanding clients. And it's worked out really well in Weiss Financial Ratings and Gray House Publishing. Predominantly work with public libraries like Bloomington. And what we do is we do a lot of these patron presentations on Protect Your Piggy Bank, Medicare, Medigap presentations to really get you the info that's needed. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen. Okay, and let's go ahead. And what we'll do is we'll go through the entire program here. And once we're done with the program, if we could just leave some time at the end for questions, I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. I will not be able to give any investment advice, specific investments that is. However, if you have any questions, this will really give you a good idea about what is inside of this database, which is so much more than just an investment database. In this database, we'll go over investments, we'll go over financial strength of banks, insurance, and credit unions. We'll go over financial literacy tools that we have that can help from anything from, building and sticking to a budget to purchasing homeowners insurance or automobile insurance to elder care to even, protecting yourself from, cyber attacks. So this is a very robust database. And without further ado, I'm going to go straight on in. And if you have any questions, you can hit them right up there in the chat. If Mimi feels like it's time to go ahead and interrupt, we could certainly do that. But if we could try to hold off until the end, that would be fantastic. So without further ado, Protect Your Piggy Bank is banking, investments, insurance, personal finance, Medicare supplement insurance. This is our financial strength and investment ratings. It's independent. Like I said, it's unbiased, and we try to be as accurate as we can. We're here to help navigate your finances. What this database is going to do, it'll direct you towards financial secure banks, credit unions, and insurance companies. It helps you find the best performing investments and shows you the stock or mutual funds that should be avoided. Personal finance on how-to guides to help you get started in the right direction, and you'll find that in our financial literacy tools. What our ratings mean, and we use a really easy rating system. We use it very similar to a traffic light. Obviously, if it's green, it means it's good, go. If it's yellow, that means pump the brakes, slow down. It might be a time to hold and pause. And of course, red certainly means stop, get out. Okay. And A is, of course, excellent. B is good. C is fair. And D is weak. And E is very weak. Financial strength and safety ratings through banks, credit unions, and insurance companies. Those are numerical. And we'll go through that as well. But, a lot of people ask, why do I need the financial strength and safety ratings of banks, credit unions, and insurance companies? And in this current climate, we do so much more than just checking and savings through banks and credit unions. We're doing mortgages, personal loans. We're opening up businesses. And if somebody would have told us back in the day, 25 years ago, that we would have been taking pictures of our checks and being able to deposit it over the internet, some might call it lunacy, but today it's factual. And insurance, we always want to make sure that the companies that we're purchasing the premiums for a benefit, that the insurance companies have the financial strength to pay for the benefits in which we're buying into. Buy and hold investment ratings for stocks, mutual funds, exchange traded funds. Again, what our ratings mean, obviously we have the A, B, C, D, and E, color coordinated. If anybody's color challenged, well, then we certainly have everything right next to it. A means excellent, B is good, C is fair, D is weak, and E is, of course, very weak. So banks and credit unions will find out the financial strength of your bank or credit union. We'll locate the most financial secure banks or credit unions in your particular area. You avoid the hassle of dealing with a failing bank or credit union, and it really helps you make sure that your money is safe. The last thing you want to do is take an automobile loan out with your local bank. And if your local bank doesn't have the wherewithal to hold on to that loan, a lot of times you'll see them sell off that loan to a third party. And sometimes the third parties dealing with are not quite the same. And it really goes against what it is that you have done. Most people do business in financial institutions that they enjoy and they feel they're getting a fantastic service. So really to have one of your loans sold off to a third party that may not be as service friendly could make for a rocky water situation, so to speak. Hopefully that makes sense. Insurance companies, find out the financial strength of your insurance companies. You can locate the most financial, secure insurance companies for your very specific needs, because we do cover all of the needs in the insurance world, from homeowners insurance to automobile insurance to medical malpractice insurance, life insurance. It goes across the gamut. So there really isn't many types of insurances that you won't find a rating on. And we'll make sure that your insurance company will be there for you when you need them years down the road, especially after we get done paying all of those premium dollars. Stocks, we have buy and hold, sell investment ratings for over 11,000 stocks that are traded in the US. Most databases usually only rate about 25 to 2,700. Weiss Financial Ratings, we cover over 11,000 stocks. So the chances are, if you're working with a more obscure company, the chances are that Weiss Financial Ratings does rate that company. As I had mentioned to Mimi earlier on, as of July 5th, 2022, only 715 stocks made our grade for a buy recommendation. Okay, so with that being said, out of 11,000 companies, right now, only 715 have a buy rating to it. We can help you locate stocks by rating, industry, total return, and more. We can help you find safer stock investments and show you which ones to avoid. For mutual funds, we have buy and hold and sell investment ratings for over 26,000 mutual funds and over 2,100 exchange traded funds. As of July 5th, 522 mutual funds make our grade for a buy rating. We'll help you locate funds by ratings, minimum investment, initial investments, fund families, and more. It helps you find the best performing mutual funds to maximize your retirement savings. Now, again, in this current environment, ratings are very, very important. And as you could see, with over 26,000 mutual funds, only 522 mutual funds right now make the grade for a buy rating. Personal finance and how-to guides, and this is in our financial literacy tools. It's designed to help you get started on your financial future. Discuss a wide range of personal finance, insurance-related, and investing topics. Highlights the questions you might not have thought to ask. We also have a Medicare supplement insurance. It walks you through the Medicare supplement insurance decision-making process, which as we get closer to the age of 65, becomes a really stressful time. It describes all the Medigap plans, A through N, in full detail. It helps you pick the right plan for your unique healthcare needs. And it also gives you the price that each insurer will charge so that you can get the most coverage at the best price for the budget that fits your personal needs. So how do we get started? Well, one, we visit the Bloomington Public Library website at www.bloomingtonlibrary.org. What we're going to do is we're going to click on the online resources, and we're going to go straight down to the A to Z resources. We can scroll right down. It's quite a scroll because Weiss is one of the last letters in the alphabet, or you can simply go to their search tool and just put in Weiss, Weiss, and Weiss Financial Ratings will show up. Okay, you could log in at the library, or you can log in remotely from home. Let's take a closer look at the database. There's three ways to search. If you know what you're searching for, just simply start typing it in the search bar at the top. If you want to search by topic, select the icon on the screen or in the gray bar then, as we can see right here. We have all the topics here, or we have the gray bar here with all of the tabs in it. You can start a quick search, or you can build a screener. Now, the quick search is a very granular way to look for certain types of companies and certain types of industries. With building a screener, it really gets super granular. You get an opportunity. Maybe we're looking for a large cap company that is A-rated or better, that has a low beta, and maybe maybe is paying a dividend of more than 4%. You can get super granular in what you're looking for. So with the Weiss Financial Ratings, not only is this great for somebody who's a novice investor, but even the most seasoned investor can go in and find exactly what it is that they're looking for. It's a little something for everyone. Search for banks. Like I had mentioned, there's the quick search and build a screener. Obviously, you see here on the left, you have ratings. We can pull the ratings down. Myself, I'm quite the stingy person when it comes to ratings. So I always go A-rated or higher. If we wanted to, obviously I live in the state of New York, so I'm going to go with brick and mortar. And so I'm going to look for states with branches. That's important. And these are all the companies that have branches in the state of New York, okay, that have an A rating or better. Now, if I really wanted to get granular, I can go straight over to the bank screener and I can go by total assets, states with branches. I can use the scroll key here to either make it larger or smaller in the way of the ratings that we're looking for. And this is just a small portion of how granular we could really get with the screener. Searching for insurance, more of the same, insurance. When it's here, we have, I only went with A or A plus. Obviously, licensed in New York. For you, it would be licensed in Illinois. Okay, I'd be looking for homeowners insurance. So this is going to give me a list of all of the companies that are A-rated or higher in the state of New York that write homeowners insurance. Now here, they went with 4 others. So what that means is they went from B, B plus, A minus, and then A plus. If we wanted to get granular again, we can certainly go and get super granular by using the screener. Again, this one here, the quick search, is the orange toolbar, and the super search engine is the blue toolbar, which we'll see shortly. Searching for stock is very, very similar. Again, it's just simply showing you how the quick search works. You pulled it down here and it shows you the ratings of the companies that you'll like to select. Some people are even comfortable going with B minus or higher. That's still considered a buy. We can pick the sector or the industry. And here, again, we could go with a 1-year total return, a 5-year total return. We can go with, a dividend. Does it, anything that's paying more than a 4% dividend? We can go with something with a beta of less than 1, which means it's a little less volatile. And we can go with something maybe with a higher price to earnings ratio, a higher PE ratio. Again, you can get super granular. So again, something really good for the beginner to intermediate investor. And for somebody like myself who has over 28 years experience in a business, I usually like to get super granular. Searching for mutual funds, very, very similar. Personal finance how-to guides. Now, this is the financial literacy tools that we were talking about. Okay, so we have our consumer guides. We have financial literacy basics. We have financial literacy planning for the future. And we also have a financial literacy, which is missing in here, which I'm a little surprised, is investing. The free financial planning tools are really great worksheets. So in consumer guides, if we're looking for automobile insurance, we can simply go down and we can download one of those worksheets. And when we call our insurance agents and we ask the right questions that are on those worksheets, we can fill in the blanks. And then at that point, we can start comparing some of the phone calls that we've been making and really make a good educated decision, not only financially, but coverage wise, which is most appropriate for you. Personal financial how-to guides. I was just mentioning this in the consumer guides. It provides helpful guidance. And these are all PDF books that the second you click on it, it downloads and it's readable right online here. As you can see here, they are published by Gray House Publishing, and I work for Gray House Publishing. So this is a proprietary, and you might even find some of these prints in your local library because we've been in business for over 42 years, predominantly providing our print copies to public libraries across America. We have homeowners insurance, automobile insurance, variable annuities, term life insurance, health savings accounts, long-term care insurance. There's the Medicare supplement insurance. Now, this is very similar to our Medicare Medigap. The only difference is the Medicare Medigap tab will actually give you direct pricing right there in Bloomington, Illinois, based upon your age and gender, because obviously females typically live longer than males, so you have a benefit there. And typically, if you're a little bit older, that means we're a little closer to expiration. So obviously, that's going to all dictate the premiums in which we pay. We also have Medicare prescription drug coverage through the Medicare Advantage program. And with these two books, it could pretty much give you a good idea. Do you need supplemental insurance, or is Medicare going to cover your costs? I can tell you that typically 85% of the time, most people usually go with the supplemental insurance because the last thing we ever want to do in our retirement years is get hit with an unexpected medical bill that can absolutely cripple us financially. And then we have our elder care choices. Now, not only are these downloadable and readable online, but they are also downloadable and you can print these out. They are about 50 to 100 pages long, dependent upon the subject. We have the financial literacy basics. Well, right off the bat, how to manage a budget. How to manage debt. Some people are falling into debt. This is a really great way to help you manage debt. Well, the second one on here is probably one of the most read books over the course of the last 10 months, how to make and stick to a budget. With $5 a gallon of gas right now, I think everybody could certainly dive into this book and learn how to scale back a little bit and manage their budget just a little better. Buying a car and auto insurance, renting an apartment and renter's insurance, everything that you need to know about it, understanding the cost of college, understanding health insurance, what to know about checking accounts, and how to start a 401k. Those are all part of financial literacy basics. Financial literacy planning for the future. Well, I have a 23 and a 21-year-old child, well, they're adults now. I keep the first book away from them: Living Together, Getting Married, and Starting a Family. Uh, Saving for Your Child's Education, Retirement Planning Strategies, Insurance Strategies, and Estate Planning, which is also another tremendous topic right now, especially with the pandemic. Um, Healthcare coverage choices. I think that's very important right now. The days of the HMOs are gone. Most of it is all high deductible insurance, and this really gives you a great idea on what type of coverage to choose for yourself. Protect yourself from identity theft. Now, protect yourself from identity theft is really big now with social media, with Amazon, and with online banking. It's really important. And there are a lot of really great links to sites that will help you build a fantastic firewall to protect yourself, not only for your identity, but for yourself financially. Buying a home and also starting a career. How to become an investor. Before we ever jump into looking for different types of investments to purchase, I would highly recommend looking at these PDF files inside the financial literacy tools. What is investing? Most important, what type of investor are you? Such an important book. What might be risky to you may not be risky to me. How to read investment charts and analysis, which is big. Brokerage firms, whether it's a discount house, an online full service wealth management firm. Financial advisors. How do we select the right financial advisor that's right for us, that falls in line with our needs? All about investment fees. And then you have alternative investments, which is the big buzz right now, obviously with energy prices, with gas and oil, and also the cryptocurrency. The alternative investments is another big topic and book inside this series. And then, of course, tax consequences. A lot of people don't realize that when you buy something and you sell it, you either have a net long-term capital gain or a net short-term capital gain. You may also encompass losses. This also shows you how to offset some of those losses with some gains that you may have. And a little hint here, you can actually carry some of those losses off for up to 7 years. You'll find all of that information inside the tax consequences book. Now, the Medicare supplement insurance, this is exactly what the page looks like. We're going to click on the Medigap tab. It's in the gray bar. There it is right there. Now, you can put your first name, your last name, your email address. Your age is very important. Your gender is very important. And your zip code is very important. The reason the last three are very important, like I had mentioned before, obviously, the older we are, the closer we are to expiration. Gender, typically females are, pay a much more attractive premium than males because they typically live a little longer. And the zip code is very important because physicians in Bloomington, Illinois probably charge very differently than here in the metropolitan New York area. So you're going to get to the point as close to on-the-spot pricing as possible. Now, we do take your personal information very serious, and you'll see a statement and a disclaimer in there. We don't collect any names or emails for any purpose other than collecting this information for you. If you'd like, you could certainly put in initials. If you don't want to get a copy of this report emailed to you and you just want to read it online, you could just simply put ignore@grayhouse.com, and you can certainly still go about your business. Medicare supplement insurance. Medicare doesn't cover all the costs associated with hospital and medical insurance. People, are very disillusioned with that. And you can fill the gap with a Medicare Advantage plan or a Medicare supplement insurance plan. Now, Medicare Advantage plans are good. However, they don't cover everything, and usually not to the level of a Medicare supplement insurance. Here's a difference between Medigap and Medicare Advantage. Original Medicare and Medicare Supplement. On the Medigap, we have higher premiums, but no copays. We have the freedom to choose the doctors that we want. There are no referrals that are necessary. Some routine services that are not covered, like vision and hearing, and you're covered anywhere in the US, and 6 plans actually they actually give you coverage abroad. Now, the Medicare Advantage plan, generally you have lower premiums, but you do have copays. You may be restricted to a particular network. You may need referrals for a specialist, but this also may include extra benefits like the vision, hearing, maybe fitness. Outside of your service area, you're limited to emergency services only. So again, you pay a little bit more for the premiums and a Medigap to opposed to Medicare Advantage, but I think it's clear to see that you get much more robust coverage in a Medigap plan than you do the Medicare Advantage plan, especially if you like to travel overseas. Medicare supplement insurance secret number 1. Medigap plans offer identical coverage. For every lettered plan, every insurer that offers that plan provides the same exact benefits. The plans are regulated by the government, so no coverage within any lettered plan. It's the same, regardless of what insurer you choose. So know that all the services in Plan A, they're identical. It doesn't matter whether you use Blue Cross Blue Shield, Oxford. In Plan A, all of those services are covered. Medigap plans are standard, but the rates are not. The government can mandate what services are covered, but they can't mandate the money that is paid. Insurance premiums can vary by thousands of dollars per year for the same exact coverage. You can potentially save thousands just by shopping around right here on Weiss Financial Ratings inside the Bloomington, Illinois Public Library website. We're going to go into an example here, and here's a Medicare supplement insurance for a female, age 65, living in Bloomington, Illinois. Plan G, which is the most comprehensive plan, the highest premium with an insurance company is $3,568 a year. That same Plan G, remember, the services are all the same. The lowest premium is $1,175. The savings of $2,393 per year. Now we're going to move on to a male, age 68, also living in Bloomington, Illinois. Plan A, the highest premium is $4,307. And again, I'm going to repeat, Plan A in one insurance company has the same coverage as Plan A in another insurance company. Now, this Plan A in another insurance company, the lowest premium is $1,116. That's a $3,191 per year savings. Now we're going to go with the couples, age 65 and 68, living in Bloomington, Illinois. Together, the Plan G highest premium is $8,117. Now, in that same Plan G with another insurance company, which is the lowest premium, is $2,500. That's a savings of $5,617 a year. Now, for any elder in retirement, a savings of $5,617 a year is a tremendous savings. Your average person that's purchasing Medicare supplement insurance usually lives for at least 10 years. So if we want to encompass this savings for up to 10 years, you're talking about a savings of over $56,000 throughout 10 years. That's the cost of a luxury car in retirement. Who wouldn't want to ride around in a luxury car to opposed to overpaying for your supplement insurance? This is the place to come and shop and get what's right for you and your budget. Secret 3, safer insurers are not necessarily the most expensive. Higher premiums don't mean you're getting coverage from a stronger, more financially stable insurance provider. Secret number 4, you can make the choice. You can get more coverage for less, reduce your premium, and balance the financial safety of your insurer with your choice of plan. Again, here's how to log in. You visit the Bloomington Public Library website at bloomingtonlibrary.org. We're going to simply click on online resources. We go straight to A to Z resources, and we could either scroll all the way down to Weiss Financial Ratings, or right in the search engine, we could just put Weiss in there and it'll pull you right up to Weiss Financial Ratings. And then you can log in, of course, again, at your local library there in Bloomington, Illinois, or you could simply do it from the luxury of your own home. Well, I want to thank you for taking the time. That's one of the most precious things on the face of this earth. And you've decided to spend at least the last 30 to 45 minutes with me going over the Weiss Financial Rating database. I highly urge you to go on, explore the database. It is free to you through the Bloomington, Illinois Public Library, and definitely share it with friends and family. I think it's a great tool. Straight across the board, and it's very robust. Now, with that being said, what I'd like to do is I'd like to open it up for any questions that you may have.